There are also some major camera angles for the boob. Like, oh my gosh, seeing that girl's tit was like, it was so frequent. Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a movie review, spoiler-free, of 50 Shades of Grey. Now I know this is kind of a controversial topic. I was debating on whether I should put this up or not just because I don't want there to be like a huge issue with this video or anything like that, but I just decided to put it up anyway. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I just ask that, like, I know there's a lot of opinions on this book and this movie and stuff, and you're free to have your own opinion, but if you're going to leave a comment, I just ask that there's no arguing in the comments or just straight out bashing. I can understand both sides to the story, or both varying opinions to this issue. I can see where both sides are coming from. So yeah, everyone's entitled to their own opinion. That's fine. I just don't want any arguing or bashing or hating or anything like that in the comments. So, okay, getting on to the movie. I actually I wasn't intending on seeing the movie just because I read the book a couple of years ago, the first book, or I almost finished it. I didn't actually finish it just because I didn't really like it. I actually really hated the book. The things I didn't like about it, I didn't like the writing. The writing was just, I don't know, it was just really corny in my opinion. Some of the words that were used was just really lame. I don't know, I just didn't like the writing. It didn't go well for me. I just wanted to get through it because it was so popular. I wanted to see what the hype was about. There wasn't like too much of a plot line for me. It was just kind of repetitive. The sex scenes, I was getting kind of bored with it. It was pretty shocking. That was the first like sex scenes that I ever read in a book. Now that I read NA, it's not as shocking, but yeah, there was just so much sex scenes. The book, it just was really boring for me. I understand that the second and third book have much more of a plot line to it, much more of a story besides sex, so I'm interested to see where the story goes, but I don't think I'm going to continue with the other two books. But yeah, I didn't really like the first book too much, so I wasn't going to see the movie at all. My sister though, she read all three books and she really loved it, and on opening night she really wanted to see it, but she didn't want to see it alone, so she's like, please can you come with me? And I'm like, okay. Let me just say, there was the Magic Mike 2 trailer for a preview, and that was just like on point. Like, you could not have marketed that to a more willing audience to see that movie. Like, that was freaking awesome that they did that. So yeah, onto the movie. I do like who they casted for Christian. I think he fit Christian really well. He's pretty attractive. Anna, I wasn't kind of feeling her in the beginning, but she plays dorky and shy really well, and she does have a couple really funny scenes. I do like her acting in some bits of it, so I like who they casted. It was kind of awkward seeing it in the theater. Like, I just don't like watching sex scenes in general with the public. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, for some reason, I mean, obviously I knew there were gonna be sex scenes in the movie, but I just did not anticipate the nakedness. I don't know why. I just did not think about all the nakedness that was going to be in this movie, even though it's a movie about BDSM, so like, hello. I was kind of giggling, like, I was just, I don't know, I was being awkward. Like, there was an old man sitting in front of us by himself, and there was just so much people in the theater, and my sister's younger than me, she's 18, and we're just like watching the sex scenes, and I'm just like, oh, I'm 5. It wasn't that bad though. I think it was just funny. It just has so much of a hype behind it, and so much people are seeing it for that reason, because of the hype. So it was just like a kind of funny, humorous atmosphere. But yeah, the angles, the camera angles, like the lip biting in the movie is a really big thing. Like, I swear the camera zoomed in on like just her lips like a few times. Like, it was just like all up in her lips that she's biting it, and it's like, we get the picture. There's like this scene where he's tying her up, like he's putting a tie around her wrist, whatever, and they're showing her wrist like but it's in the background, and in the foreground is her nipple. It's just so funny because you see her naked, you see her tits, and it's like, okay, whatever. But still there's a camera right here showing her nipple. But in the background you see him tying the wrist, but that's the focus. The wrist tying, but still the nipple needs to be in there. That was funny. The cameraman really liked her nipple. It was pretty funny. Yeah, the nakedness, oh my gosh, the nakedness was so apparent. Like, I saw both of their bushes and I was just like, oh my god, I did not know I was gonna come to this movie seeing bush. Like, ugh. The BDSM aspect was not that intense though. Seeing the red room and, you know, all the things, that was kind of like a little intimidating, but from what I remember from reading most of the book, because, you know, I almost finished it, I just could not. From what I remember from reading most of the book was a lot more intense with the BDSM. So translation to the movie, it's not as intimidating. It's not as, you know, just full on all these toys and stuff like that. They didn't include a lot of the more sexual, intense scenes from the book that I remember. In terms of the whole, like, controversial aspect to whether Christian is abusive or their relationship is emotionally, physically abusive, whatever. I hear in the second and third books it's a lot more clear. I'm not basing this off of the books because, one, I haven't read the second and third book, and two, this is just solely about the movie, but from what I saw in the movie, it wasn't physically abusive. Everything was consensual, and I know from the book, reading it, I was a lot more intimidated from Christian, and he seemed a lot more controlling in the book than he does in the movie. So in this adaptation, I feel like they toned it down a lot. I did like the movie. There was one scene I was kind of just like, that makes me kind of uncomfortable, but throughout the whole movie, everything was consensual. So, you know, in terms of the movie, I was fine with the movie. I did overall like it. Like I said, it wasn't, you know, I probably wouldn't have seen it on my own. Maybe if it came out on Netflix or something, if I was bored. I don't know, I probably wouldn't have seen it on my own, but I did like it. The sex scenes are kind of just like, meh. But it was good. I was interested in the story, and I do want to watch the other two movies just to see how Christian's story progresses, because there is a lot of underlying story to him that I am interested in finding out about. So I probably am going to see the other two movies. I probably won't pay for it, you know, when it comes out on Redbox or something like that, but yeah, I do want to know what happens to him and what happens with their relationship. It left off on such a cliffhanger, like a crazy ass cliffhanger. So yeah, that's kind of just my take on the movie. I did like it. My experience with it was a whole lot better than my experience with the book. Again, I don't know, the book is just a really big thing of it was I really didn't like the writing style. I didn't like the text. Like, she referred to the vagina as the sex, like her sex. I don't like that you call it that. Oh, he touched my sex? Like, no, call it a vagina or something. Vajayjay, poon, This video is too much. I need to end this video before I start throwing out freaking all these different synonyms for vagina, okay? So yeah, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Again, feel free to post, you know, what you thought of the movie, or if you read the movie and the book, you know, which one you liked better, or stuff like that in the comments. I'd love to see what you guys think, but let's try to keep it positive. You know, everyone has different opinions. That's fine, but I just don't want the comments to be like a negative thing or anything like that. So thanks guys, and I'll see y'all later. Bye!